We know that this is not a proper name for it, but basically we couldn't come up with anything better. If you have any idea, please come to us. We're going to be around. So the point of my talk today would be actually to get you familiar a little bit with what do we mean by consultancy services at ChemAxon. So like 6 months ago, the ChemAxon consultancy services was built up in a way that whenever you as a customer came to us with some problem like an integration or customization, you were redirected to the appropriate teams, the experts. They were handling your problem, they were answering it and trying to help you. And of course we had two jolly jokers in the person of Mike and Fred. But then we kind of rethought a little bit this hierarchy or this kind of consultancy. And so we got to the point when we created a group of experts with very massive knowledge on chemistry and background on chemistry, biology, project and product management, and IT, of course. So actually, we call this team as a consultancy team. Here you can see them. We are quite a lot of them. And quite a lot of these people are having massive background in R&D, so we can help you with your projects, not only with the IT part of it, but with the product management part of it and the R&D part of it. So that actually allows us to kick in and come to you just at the beginning of the project, maybe at the ideation phase, and be there and follow with you, help you till the very end of the project. So when the customers are already digitouchy the product and they're using it to the full extent of it. So at present, we like to say actually that we are doing basically product customization. Any off-the-shelf product that you're buying from the market needs to be somehow customized to your need. We know this. So for this, we are writing, and we are there for you to write a lot of custom codes. And very tied to this comes the integrational problems. You have an ecosystem with in-house built systems with third-party vendors. We want to make it possible to talk to these systems also. So that's one of our main goals. The other one is workflow design and management. Everybody has workflows. We like to optimize these workflows and to redesign it for you. This is what we love to do, actually. Of course, it would imply some kind of product management or project management from our side. Could be, of course, in cooperation with your product managers. Usually that's the case. What we love, and this is my personal favorite, to have creative solutions, which is all about that you're opting for a functionality which is not present on the market. We all have these kind of feeling, and you just cannot buy it, and probably it's not worth the money to develop it for yourself. So, just to sum it up a little bit and give you a sense of what kind of projects did we already dealt with, I couldn't come up with anything better than, actually we are scientists, so we do understand the concept of having an access from short-term, small project till a very long project or big projects for very small companies till the very big ones, mammoth companies, we can put actually in our customers list. So the very short one would begin with probably trainings. We really love to give trainings to customers on the projects we finished for end users, for developers, for administrators in a way that they can maintain that system easily in their environment. So this is usually a short thing. I couldn't really put it on this axis, the product customization. This could be very small and it could be very huge, I don't know, months or maybe years. So take it as just an example for that. Of course, we are having some requests, for example, to write custom calculators. We have a bunch of calculators on the website, but somebody came up just with the idea that he wants to know the longest non-aromatic chain in a molecule. Well, we don't have a calculator for that, but we can write it for you, of course, so that's not a problem. We love to write different forms and different reporting tools, actually, which is not a lot of fun, but it's very important because of the business. So we are doing that one also. Of course, again, workflows, we love to optimize on that. We love to get in touch with you and to see why are you doing exactly the same thing that you're doing, and why is that helpful for you, and how can we shortcut it in a way. Of course, we are writing custom codes and custom scripts if that's possible. And with all these capabilities, we are already there that we can actually introduce a new product, which is called Mini-Reg. Some of you might know about it, which is basically an add-on or a plugin, if you like, built on IJC, which works exactly or very similar way as the big brother of it, the compound registration system you just heard about from Jolt presenting it. But this uses IJC, uses IJC's flexibility, so you can create whatever custom form you want to have for reporting system. You can create scripts for that, so that way you can have exactly that salt handling type of thing that you want to have. So it's really comfortable, especially for small companies who cannot afford, and it would be probably stupid to go for the big compound registration system. So that's Mini-Reg. This is how it looks like, just a screenshot. It's a form, so that can be highly customized. Getting back to this little axis, of course, tied to this comes the integration, and of course, the question of cartridge. We know this is very important. You have an ecosystem. We want to be mindful of the customers who are using it, so we don't want to have, I don't know, outages, and of course, we want to integrate whatever product you're bringing to your new ecosystem into that one, so they can talk to each other and you can build up a meaningful workflow, what you're having. Of course, creative thoughts, again, creative projects, I'm going to talk about them a little bit later. And for example, an example for this was the patent mining tool that we just did for DuPont, so probably there are some people knowing that one. Already. This was consisted actually that the guys were having some documents in PDF, in docs, and other formats, and they wanted actually to search for the chemical entities in these documents. This is what we did. So during the night, we were crawling over the documents. We were identifying and extracting the chemical entities, putting it in a relational database, so it would be searchable in the morning for the customers who were accessing it. An extra add-on for this was the semi-automated marquee extraction. Back that time, we were not sure how to handle marquees. That's why it is called semi-automatic. Otherwise, it is recognized by the system. Of course, for this, we had to create a nice UI interface where you can just input your a little bit more sophisticated, complex queries, and it will give you a result like this. So it's nice. This is what was expected by the client. So that was it. Going back to this, we are getting to the topic of migration, which is very painful for some of you. We know this. We are migrating forms. Again, not very exciting, but very important because of the business value of it. We are migrating databases. I have to say that actually we met all the databases of our competitors probably by now. And even beyond that, actually we met an example of when the guys 20 years ago, they couldn't decide on which database management tool would they use, so they created their own, which didn't make our job particularly easy, but we managed to process that one too, so that's nice. We love that. And of course, again, workflow is very important. We love to get to that. So let me tell you about the Liquid Crystal project, which needed all these kind of knowledge that we were just presenting. So the project scope was kind of easy, or sounds easy, to replace an existing search and data visualization and reporting application, and provide a web sketcher with Marvin.js, of course, to the in-house built registration system. For this, of course, we had to handle somehow the data. For that, we had a cartridge deployment, which is not always straightforward. For none of the cartridges on the market, I believe. Map the database to instant JCAM, create a lot of forms for reporting purposes, and of course, giving the training for the appropriate users, again, and users, admins, in a way that they can use this system and they can maintain it in a reasonable way. Getting back to the, to the slide again. So we had Novartis' reaction database, which was a little bit challenging because we had to work together with legacy databases. In this case, it was ISIS. We had to talk with Cambridge Ralph TLN. And of course, we had to create some kind of beautiful interface which shows the data in a meaningful way. So this is how it looks like, just to flash it out to you. Of course, I tried to blur some information on that. So this is all, again, some kind of workflow, some kind of small pieces that we can take care for you. And, well, coming to the project management, that's always something that we love to do, and we love to do it in our way. You know that we are an agile company, and we are working with huge companies like GSK or BMS on projects, so we love actually to introduce agile or agile kind of culture to these companies. That's totally for free. This is what we're bringing to these projects, and usually this is very, very highly welcomed in these companies to have this experience we are having in our veins already at ChemAxon. And talking about large companies, we are not talking about, we can talk about our other large companies like Pepsi, for example. We did a very nice creative solution for that. I mean, this is what I just interpreted. The basic problematic was that they wanted to search based on, in a database with IJC, based on the mass spectra that they're getting. So we worked together with the BSSN guys on this. So we integrated, kind of created a plugin in IJC to be able to do this search. On the top, you will see actually the query spectra, so that one will be the query spectra, and this is what the system found. Of course, you have a list of possible results because this is not an exact search. You know, we are talking about spectrums. You have the confirm match button over there, so that way we can even learn a little bit how do you search for these spectras, but we can be sure that you searched and you got the answer you wanted to have. So with this, actually, I've already ended up with a very crowded slide here. So I'm pretty sure that you have so many other things and so many other projects and use cases that could be put here. So please come to me over the lunch and discuss it. So thank you very much.